of Elemental 97 here, and I'm gonna show you the Kaiba deck I made. It's like a hybrid deck because it's like a Kaiba deck and some other cards combined just to get out the more powerful cards in deck and graveyard and hand. And the first off is 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then a Rabbit Dragon because of its attack. It's a level 8 and it's a normal monster. 2 Red Eyes Black Dragon. Its level, its attack, and it's a normal. You'll see why later. And then Montage Dragon with this card by discarding 3 cards from your hand. Other cards. This card does not count. So other cards to the graveyard from your hand. This card's attack is equal to the combined levels of send monsters times 300. So this is like a pretty broken card also because you can send like a Blue Eyes and some other stuff and a Red Eyes or something like that. And then 2 Lady of These. Your opponent cannot target a face-up dragon type monster you control for attacks. If this card on the field will be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can send 1 dragon type monster from your hand to the graveyard. So it's a good card because it lets you send send dragon type monster from your hand to the graveyard, which you'll need them to be in the graveyard. And plus, your opponent cannot target dragon type monsters for pretty much for attacks. That's what it says? Oh wow, what the hell? Anyways, 2 Lady of These. I know what you're thinking, and I think you shouldn't be thinking that. And well, yeah, 2 Lady of These. Then after a Dark Blaze Dragon, because this card's pretty much always gonna end up in the graveyard, and if it ends up in your hand, I don't think it's gonna be a problem because you're gonna have Lady of D on the field. And then 2 Kodomo Dragons. With this card, when this card sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 dragon type monster from your hand. During the turn you activate this effect, you can special summon monster except dragon type monsters, and you cannot conduct battle phases. It's not a bad card if you want your dragon type monsters in the field. It won't matter if you can't conduct your battle phase, but you can still special summon monster from your graveyard. Pretty much because this is only a dragon deck. And then 3 Decoy Dragons. This card is too broken, but it's just awesome. When this card select this and attack target by your opponent's monster, select 1 level 7 or higher dragon type monster from your graveyard. Special summon it and switch the attack target to that monster. So you're always gonna end up with a Blue Eyes, a Rabbit Dragon, a Red Eyes, or a Dark Blaze Dragon, and you can special summon that target, and then boom, he targets the other monster, and they have to attack it. And then, well, yeah, they lose a lot of life points, I guess. And this continues. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't even says once per turn. It doesn't specify whatsoever. So it's a good card because it only says when it's selected as an attack target. So yeah. And then Dread Dragon. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add level 3 or lower dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. You can add Deco Dragon, Kodomo Dragon, or the White Stone of Legend. And then this card's like too broken. When this card comes out, I bet everyone's gonna get a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. This card I don't think it haven't come out yet because it came out in Japan already. But this is gonna be coming out in the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck. So this card's effect. When this card's targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do change this card's battle position, then you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. When this face-up card on the field is targeted by a card effect, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use 1 Blue Eye Maiden effect per turn, and only once that turn. So you can only have this card on the field. It doesn't matter. Even if your opponent composes, you can special summon a Blue Eye from anywhere. And of course, I'm gonna add 3. So yeah, 3 of them. And then 3, the White Stone of Legend. Oh, not just that, but it's a tuner monster, so it's gonna be messed up for people out there. And then the White Stone of Legend. When this card sent to the graveyard, add 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon to your from your deck to your hand. It doesn't matter if this card sent from the deck, hand, or whatever to the graveyard. You can still add that Blue Eyes to your hand. And then Dragon's Mirror. This card is like a miracle fusion or something like that. You remove from player from inside of the field or graveyard fusion material monsters that are listed on Dragon type fusion monster card and special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck. This special summon is treated as a fusion summon. So I added 3 of them. Once when I was dueling, pretty much all my blue eyes, my rabbit dragon, my monster dragon, and my red eyes were in the graveyard. So I had 2 of these in my hand. And I had a Lady of D and 3 cards in my hand. So I used this. Wait, I had more dragons like Dread Dragon and Kodomo Dragon. So I went for a 5-headed dragon and the ultimate blue eyes ultimate ultimate dragon. Yeah, ultimate dragon. And then Dragon Rebane, because you can send 1 dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard by discarding 1 card. So it's, yeah, I added 3 of them, so it's not too bad. And then 2 Stamping Destructions, active only if you control a face-up dragon type monster. So like 1 spell or trap card on the field, destroy and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So this is like an MST, but like a better version of it, because you inflict 500 damage to the controller. Next is Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Born, and Foolish Burial to send your monsters to the graveyard. And then Hollow Dragon Bone Jar. This is like blue eye. This mainly for the blue eye structure deck. And then send 1 dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then if the monster sent to the graveyard was destroyed by was a dragon type normal monster, you can send 1 more dragon type monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 Hollow Dragon Bone Jar per turn. So you send a red eyes, right? Then you can send any other dragon type to the graveyard. I added 3 and only have 2 trap cards, which is Negate Attack and Starlight Road. Starlight Road because your opponent's always going to be a pretty much messed up person, you know. He's just going to screw you over with a Heavy Storm or a Dark Hole. You're like, no, Starlight Road. Psh. Stardust Dragon comes in the field. So, yeah. And then Stardust Dragon and Orient Dragon. This is for like 6 dragon because I have tuners, you know. I can easily go for a 6 or 5 and 9s, but I didn't add it level 9 because it's just too much. And when this goes synchro summon, target 1 face-up synchro monster your opponent controls, banish that target. So this is like a BLS, pretty much. And then Iron Chain Dragon. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, send the top 3 cards from your opponent's deck to the graveyard. So this is pretty awesome. It's not the first effect. The first effect doesn't apply for this deck, only the second effect. And then a Black Rose Dragon for the 7th. Ancient Fairy Dragon for the 7th. And I added Ancient Fairy because, you know, Rebane, I'm not always gonna need it. So I'm just gonna end up destroying it and gaining 1,000 life points. And then you can add another Field Spread card from your deck to your hand. So it's not too bad. And then Gonir Dragon, the Ice Barrier. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards to the graveyard to target the same number of cards your opponent controls, destroy them. So yeah, it's a level 7. Yeah, level 7. So you could discard up to 2 cards, and of course you want to have some cards in the graveyard, like Blue Eyes or something. So discard some of them, and then destroy up to 2 cards to the graveyard. And then 3 5-headed dragon. Of course, you're always gonna get to summon this. It's pretty good. Then 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Then after that, Heretic Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. Because sometimes I always end up with the 2 Blue Eyes or like a Rabbit Dragon and a Blue Eye, and I'm like, man, I wish I could exceed something. So I just added this. It says 1%. You can detach 1 Extreme from this card. Tribute any number of monsters from your hand or your side of the field, minimum 1, destroying equal number of cards on the field. So it's not bad. Yeah. And then Thunder and Dragon. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Extreme from this card, destroy all other monsters on the field. So this is like a Dark Hole, pretty much like how do you call that card? A Judgment Dragon? Yeah. but for Exceeds, it's just 2 level 8 normal monsters, so it's not bad. And then number 88, and then number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo. Once per turn, if you have no cards in your spell and trap cards on, you can detach one exhibitor from this card. If you do, place one destiny counter on this card. You cannot conduct your battle phase. The turn you activate this turn, when 3 destiny counters are on this card, you win the duel. So this is like a pretty messed up card, cause damn, with this deck and this card's attack power, and I doubt your opponent gonna have like a Dark Hole immediately on his hand, you're gonna win the duel either way, if you get to summon this. And then the last XE, number 107, Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon. Once per turn, at the start of the battle phase, you can detach one Extreme material from this card and negate the effects of all other faithful monsters you currently control on the field. Also, the attack and defense becomes the original attack and defense, and if you do any of these during the battle phase this turn, each time an opponent's card effect resolves, this card gains 1000 attack on the end of the battle phase. Also, you cannot make a second attack during each battle phase. Also you can make a second attack during each battle phase. So, actually cool. So, oh yeah, I forgot to show you my side deck. Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is just a card. I don't think it's real. It's just on the Dueling network. And then Sirius, the Blue Wolf Star. 2 Mirage. Debris. 3 Trade-In. Burst Stream of Destruction. Lady of D. Light and Darkness Dragon. Genesis Dragon. And Dragonic Knight. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.